Alright guys, I wanted to do a modification video this week and finally finish the front end by putting those shorter and black levers on the Indian Scout bobber, but they do not fit. They fit this way, but top to down there's too much play in them, so I'm going to have to get different ones. It's just a struggle to find anywhere that has the ones I want and has them in stock, and now apparently that fit the bike. So instead today I'm going to be doing a video on how I stay warm when I'm riding in the Midwest on cold 20 degree, 15 mile an hour wind chill days. So I'm just going to show you the gear I wear, how I put all my stuff on that allow me to ride for hours on end despite the cold weather or despite taking out your bike earlier than most other people. Currently April, I took my bike out in March, early March, and I've been riding ever since. Even though my bike gets dirty, it's worth it just because it's fun to ride. So I'll show you guys how I put my gear on and what helps me stay warm. And all this stuff is just stuff that you probably already have at home, trying to save you guys money, ways you can do it without going and buying, really expensive gear at a gear place. So let's get into it. Start with the helmet on first, and then before we do the chin strap, you're actually going to grab a pair of pajama bottoms. You're going to cut the knees off. You could probably go a little bit higher than I did on this pair. But this is going to help protect our neck without buying a fancy scarf or sleeve or anything else like that. This is going to save us money. So what you're going to do then is you're going to put this part, the groin part, up to your mouth, and you're going to wrap the other sides around the helmet, kind of like this, but then you're going to tuck it up underneath each side of the helmet. Once you have it tucked in well on either side of you, you can tighten that chin strap down. And you can pull this down if you're ready. I'm going to leave mine up just so you can hear me for now, even though it's going to look silly, as this probably does already. So you leave that there for now. Next we're going to be dealing with our wrist to keep this part of our hand warm, because the gloves are going to keep our hands pretty warm, and then the jacket that I have is a leather jacket. It's going to keep my forearm and the arm and everything else warm. But I always get a whole bunch of wind getting right through kind of the seam of my sleeve, so I'm going to put something there to protect those. I just use 2 old pairs of socks that I had, and then I cut the foots off of them, and I put a little hole on the top part for my thumb. Kind of like fingerless gloves. That's what they look like when I put them on. I realize this looks really ridiculous and like a lot of work, but it's what you do if you want to save money. So we've got that set up. We got our wrists covered, and we got our neck and our chest covered. Next, we're going to do the jacket. Throw this thing on like normal, and then making sure to tuck these up kind of high to protect your neck even a little bit more. Making sure it's covered on the back side as you tighten that jacket down. And zip it up. Next we got our gloves, which I use these little cloth ones that you can buy from Walmart, Target, or anywhere like that, I'm sure. So I put that on underneath my standard glove. I just wear these typically in the winter, or sorry, not the winter, the summer when it's warm out. But then I throw these down underneath when it's cold out. And then you'll notice that actually kind of double overlaps, so you get a little bit of extra protection there on your hand. And then with that glove over the top of our sock then, and then re-zipping this down, now you have a thicker and much tighter seal right here, and you won't have air gusting in, making you cold. And then I'm going to hold off on the other side because I use my fingers to do a bunch of things, like turn my GoPro on, so I always put this glove on last. But next would be the GoPro, which I'm using for your benefit only, just so you guys can see all the stupid shit I do. Now that we've got the GoPro set, we're ready to pull our visor down, hop on the bike, and go. That's how I stay warm in the winter.